A brave soul spied on Sucker Punch HQ to see development on Ghost of Yotei and managed to record some footage, but he's not being commended like he may have expected. More layoffs at Ubisoft as 19 people were laid off at Redstorm Entertainment. After just 3 months, Steel Hunters is closing down. Video game sales data for May along with the latest data for 2025 has arrived, and Stalker is headed to PlayStation 5. I'm Insider Gaming senior producer Albert Perkins, and we've got a loaded show coming up on Insider Today for Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. Before we get into the news, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with your notifications turned on and set to all so you don't miss a beat on all the daily news headlines that keep you locked in and informed on the latest happenings within the video game industry. In a somewhat bizarre story, a gamer on Reddit leaked a video of Ghost of Yotei development by spying on Sucker Punch HQ. The video was reportedly captured from a hotel overlooking the studio from afar, peering through a window. But the poster isn't being commended with gratitude like he may have expected, as he has been met with ridicule and criticism upon posting, with one user calling the action quote weird and creepy, while another noted no one deserves their privacy to be ruined so we can see sneak peeks of video games. And another poster described how they worked for a big publisher in the past and knew of folks who had to regularly cover their windows and skylights ahead of major product launches, all because folks like this one attempting to spy on operations with drones and climbing fire escapes. We want to know your thoughts on this one, so let us know what you think down in the comment section below if you see this as an invasion of privacy or just an excited fan thrilled to share updates on the game. In any case, we'll have full updates on Ghost of Yotei tomorrow as PlayStation has announced a State of Play event for the game. Ubisoft has laid off 19 employees at Redstorm Entertainment as part of a cost reduction savings planning efforts said to save Ubisoft $110 million. The affected employees were working on Rainbow Six Siege and internal projects. Ubisoft had this to say in a statement issued to IGN, quote, "Today, Ubisoft made the decision to eliminate 19 roles at Redstorm Entertainment. This step is part of our ongoing, targeted restructuring and global cost-saving efforts and reflects the needs on the studio's projects. While this was not an easy decision, it was a necessary one given our operational priorities. We remain committed to supporting those affected with comprehensive and severance packages, extended healthcare benefits, and career transition assistance. We deeply appreciate their hard work and the impact they've had on Ubisoft." Unquote. At this time, Redstorm Entertainment is currently working on various projects following the cancellation of Splinter Cell VR and The Division Heartland, both of which, if you recall, resulted in layoffs within the company. Wargaming's latest live service game, Steel Hunters, will shut down in October of 2025 after only 3 months due to low player numbers. The game, which reached a peak of 4,479 players, currently only has 97 concurrent players at the time of the news being published by our own Tom Henderson and over the past 24 to 36 hours. Wargaming said this in a statement on their Steam page, quote, "Today, we share difficult news. We've made the decision to sunset Steel Hunters. You've given us so much passion and support, but unfortunately, we've come to the conclusion that continuing development is not sustainable. We know this is not the news anyone wanted to hear, and we genuinely share in your disappointment." Unquote. The game will shut down in 90 days on around October 8th, and Wargaming has announced that it will run a goodbye tournament with more details to be announced by the developers at a later date. The closure of Steel Hunters reflects a larger trend of live service games struggling to attract and retain players and yielding a lack of return on investment. In other business-related news within the industry, video game hardware sales in the United States fell 13% year over year in May of 2025, with the PlayStation 5 being the best-selling console. Accessory sales also dropped 6% year over year. This negative trend in hardware sales continues as this marks the 5th consecutive month that hardware sales have declined. As I mentioned, the PlayStation 5 remained the best-selling console with a 3% growth, while the Xbox Series consoles and the Nintendo Switch experienced significant declines of 30% and 44% respectively. As far as accessory sales go, they saw a 6% year-over-year decrease, with the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller being the best-selling accessory in the industry. Over on the software side, Elden Ring Night Reign was the best-selling game in the United States for May of 2025, followed by Doom: The Dark Ages, Forza Horizon 5, The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered, and Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Other notable new releases include F125 and Capcom Fighting Collection 2, while Star Wars Battlefront 2 saw a resurgence in popularity, peaking in the top 20. As far as publisher performance, Microsoft and Take-Two Interactive had the most games in the top 20, and as far as most popular game genres, first-person shooters continue to reign along with sports games and RPGs. Overall, the best-selling game of 2025 so far continues to be Monster Hunter Wilds, despite getting competition from games like The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered and Assassin's Creed Shadows. 4 new games entered the top 20, including the Oblivion Remastered, Elden Ring Night Reign, Forza Horizon 5, and Doom: The Dark Ages. You can check the full list of the top 20 best-selling games for 2025, as well as the top 20 best-selling games for May over at InsiderGaming.com. It's official, Stalker 2 is headed to the PlayStation 5 with a release window set for late 2025. The game, which has been available on Xbox and PC since November of 2022, will allow PlayStation 5 users to explore the irradiated grounds of Chernobyl. The news came as somewhat surprising and out of the blue, but to the delight of PlayStation fans to be sure. A trailer was also dropped highlighting the PlayStation 5 announcement in its full glory, featuring a soldier playing the game. Fans can add the game to their wishlist now as they await its highly anticipated release. For the latest news from in and around the video game industry, as well as previews, interviews, and podcasts, head on over to InsiderGaming.com. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to Insider Gaming as well, so you're informed at a moment's notice. I mean, it's free, you might as well, right? I'm senior producer, your host with the most, A to the P, Albert Perkins, and we will see you on the inside.